Hey fam, welcome back to another episode of New Earth Rhythm Podcast. We're in the end of March. Okay, we just had the Pisces new moon yesterday on 3/18. Tomorrow we got the equinox. If you're in the northern hemisphere, that's Ostara, spring equinox. Southern hemisphere, fall equinox with Mabon. So let's get into it because the energy is feeling really good. It feels like we have crossed, landed on the other side. Okay, because that new moon marked the official end of eclipse season, which began on February 17th with the fire horse, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. 2 weeks later, we had the lunar eclipse on March 3rd, right? But then we're still in that like wobbly, intense energy. It felt like being squeezed out of the old paradigm. It literally felt like being squeezed out of a cocoon, out of a chrysalis. Very uncomfortable, very wobbly ass energy. It was like it was burning through the old, and then here we have landed on the other side in a Pisces new moon. So it's giving both completion and new beginning at the same exact time. So when we first had the solar eclipse, right, on February 17th. That was the same day as the fire horse. So here we are as fire horse energy, but all the way up until now on the new moon, that fire was like the flame of transformation, burning away the old, burning away the last dense residue of the old paradigm. The last outdated beliefs and ways of thinking, ways of behaving, ways of acting, ways of unconsciously moving about life, whatever it was coming up for you in your world. It's been like this burning energy. It was burning it all down, burning it all away. That's why it could have been extremely uncomfortable because you had to come face to face with everything that you had been avoiding, not seeing clearly, just not allowing yourself. It could have been like burning through illusions, burning through delusions. And it was just all to recalibrate you and course correct and get you back where you're supposed to be. So that's what I mean by saying like we've landed on the other side. You can trust that you are where you're supposed to be now. That's why it feels good. It feels truthful. Um, it's like it could have been a hard pill to swallow on a lot of these things, like recognizing maybe that you were going about something in the wrong way for way too long because you just couldn't see it at the time. You just couldn't recognize it, right? So it's one of those moments where you just have to take full accountability, full responsibility, not be like hard on yourself or ashamed or feel bad or guilty about it. It's just you own it, you take responsibility, and then you course correct, and now you direct the fire. So it's like that's what the new moon felt like. It was on the final degree of Pisces. So that is really like it's ending. It's ending that last cycle, ending the last astrological year, if you're looking at it from tropical astrology, right? Which affects the collective, it affects the way we interact with one another. So it is a big part of life. It's not the whole picture. There's also sidereal, there's multiple different clocks running at once. You guys hear me talk about this a lot regardless of which astrology you're tuning in with, it's always going to be the same. It's always going to be a new moon, right? We're always on that same lunar rhythm together. So it's just a revealer. The moon is a revealer. The moon is not directing your energy. The moon is not impacting your energy once you claim your sovereignty and your authority. It is a revealer. It's revealing what is true. So that new moon, that Pisces new moon on 3/18, it was just a moment to reveal what is true. And truth can't it can't hurt your feelings once you see everything as an opportunity to recalibrate and get you back on your highest path forward. So if that meant like swallowing a hard pill and just owning and accepting something and taking full responsibility for it, be so grateful for that. But the overall energy felt really, really good. It felt like a fresh wrap up. It felt like gratitude for seeing things clearly. So grateful for finally seeing that thing you've been missing, for finally reprioritizing what you've needed to prioritize, for finally getting your shit in order, for finally getting it all figured out, for finally getting it all together. It was like, ah, grateful, grateful. And then you know that now you have this wide open pathway to light up your highest path forward and do it with clear strategy, devotion, and will. That's what this episode is about. That's what this fire horse energy is about. It feels like that fire horse had to burn away the old. We've crossed on the other side. Now we've got equinox, we've got Aries season. This is an entirely new astrological year. This is the most amplifying year of the decade. Not because we're rushing or responding to urgency or like forcing or pushing or any of that bullshit, but because now that we are free and clear of the old that has just been burned away, we can harness that fire with precision and light up the highest path forward. It is the most amplifying year of the decade. So you can trust that whatever's going on in your world, whatever stage of creation you're in, whatever you're building or working on, whatever is a part of like your ecosystem, I call it, your purpose-driven life, your soul-led life and projects, wherever you're at in that stage of creation, you're exactly in the stage you're meant to be in at the time of this fire horse energy. Like whatever stage you're in, this is why I always say look to your personal year number. Your personal year number is very telling for what your body is going to do that year, what you have capacity for, what your nervous system is prepared for that year. Trust that whatever it is that you're working on, wherever you're directing your energy, that you are meant to be in that stage at this time of the fire horse for a reason. It's because this stage specifically for you is the one that needs to be amplified and magnified. All right. So this is where you can like throw the rule book out. You don't have to go about the creation process the same way as everyone else, what other people have done in the past, what's worked for them, what like someone is telling you to do, the best way to do whatever okay, it's like whatever stage you're at, right? You don't need to go about it the same way as you would have in the past or as other people are telling you what they did at that stage because they've never been at that stage you're in during the fire horse. Things can move so much quicker now. Things can be amplified and expanded and like blown out beyond your wildest dreams. Like there's no limits. It's boundlessness energy. It's limitless energy. It's shit beyond your wildest dreams. Shit beyond what you even think is possible at this stage in the game. The fire horse is showing you that this is the moment to expand and amplify that because it's just going to unfold your life down your highest path forward in the best possible way. Now that you've gotten out of your way, now that the fire has burned away the old and you're in this like fresh new energy, it's all this fresh new energy of opportunity. And this is where we harness that fire with precision for good, for your highest path forward in creation. Right? That makes sense. We got that. It's like there's the rule, throw the rule book out. Firehorse is here to blow shit out of the water. Okay, but we had to get to this place of being recalibrated and I just keep saying free and clear. It's like, all right, free and clear. Now we go. I said in my meditation earlier, I was like, light up the yellow brick road. Like you see it going, going, going. You don't need to know exactly step by step by step by step how you're going to get there, but you know that your highest path forward, yellow brick road, is completely lit up. You could see it moving beyond the horizon into the distance. You are on your highest path forward, and you know that the path is going to be revealed in successive steps because now you have full trust. You're rooted in your faith. You're in coherence. You've got a clear signal. You've restored your natural rhythm, and you are consciously co-creating in harmony with the laws of creation itself, letting God, Goddess, Source use you as an instrument to get more light into the world. The path will continue to be revealed, but you have to leap before you're fully ready when you're getting that call to leap. Okay, so I just recorded the new moon guided meditation, but it was all about crossing the threshold and then getting so clear about how to harness the fire now with precision. I keep putting my hands like this, like with all the fingers pointing, and then you leave your palms open, but the meditation had this mudra right at the solar plexus during that meditation, as we awaken the fire, because that was clearing the mind and then lighting up with precision where you are directing this fire at this stage in your game. Whatever you focus on now, your intention is going to grow and it's going to expand, and it has the opportunity and potential to expand beyond your wildest dreams, throwing away the rule book of what was possible for someone else at that stage in the game last year, right? Or what a guru has said, or someone wrote in a book, or an expert or a specialist has told you what is possible at this stage in your game. Like, nah, we're done with that. That's not what this energy is about. Trust that wherever you're at in your stage, now is what gets amplified. Okay, so I'll just share quickly. Oh, and by the way, that meditation lives in the New Earth Rhythm Mystery School. I've only just started telling you guys about the process of my mystery school. I built it all last year. It was one creation cycle. It began with the equinox, spring equinox 2025. No, actually, yeah, spring equinox 2025, Ostara. And then because I was devoted to living 100% in alignment with the Celtic Wheel last year, especially. I had been doing it for years before that, but last year I was really on one. I gave it like my full send. So throughout the whole year, I was riding the wave of the wheel. And through that, that's how I started popping off on Instagram. Then I did my Align program, that 4-week live program. Then it went into my mysteries. It went into my circle community, which is where I knew eventually, that's when I started to get the feeling that this was all gonna culminate in a mystery school. But I had that vision, but I didn't know exactly how or when it would happen. I was just trusting that each step was unfolding exactly when it was supposed to. And then I was leaping even before I felt fully ready. I would take a leap, and then like right before I had to do it, then I would be ready a couple days later. You know what I mean? Like if I had something scheduled out that I was going to record a week from now, but I didn't feel fully ready, rather than pushing off that recording until I did feel ready, I just had it scheduled. I'm like, I'm trusting that that's when I'm supposed to do it. And then what would unfold in that week leading up to it would give me the exact clarity I needed to show up and then freaking kill it that day. That's what I mean by leaping before you're ready. You're just trusting the timing because you're trusting your body, and you are full send, devotion, alignment, embodiment, like let's go, let's get it, right? So I've just been living the process myself. Align, embody, create. So I was guided last year to do the live 4-part Align program, where you come into alignment physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. That's how you set your signal clear. And I kept saying, like, you're awakening. Like, all of us have had awakenings. That's just the beginning. The world, you don't change the world through your awakening. You don't change the world through outrage, right? It's good that people are awake, people are outraged on the internet and shit, right? At least we're all on board about that. But that's not enough. You change the world by being a coherent human first, who reclaims your sovereignty and your inner authority, and then you become a clear vessel for conscious co-creation and for God to use you as a vessel to get more light into the world through your creations. And first, it starts with the awakening, which is really just clearing out old soil. Then your awakening process is like you finally getting healthy, thriving soil, right? And then you're aligned by coming into alignment with who you were born to be, and setting your signal clear and tuning out of the distortion, tuning out of the matrix, and owning your unique gifts and genius, and starting to set up your life to support your unique life, right? Your unique path, your destiny. Now you're rooting in deep, because at this point you have extreme trust and faith in God. That's like what your awakening really is, right? You know that God is real. God is using you as an instrument now. God is always available to you. God lives within you. That's the divine spark within you that gets blown out and continues to guide you through your life forward. So you've got clean soil, you're rooted deep, you're a clear signal. Then you start to learn how to wield your gifts and genius, and you reclaim your sovereignty, and you stop like outsourcing your power. You stop asking people around you what you should do. Stop asking for advice about making moves in your own life, and you start to follow your inner rhythm and your inner authority, and you trust your body's wisdom. and you start to live in harmony with Earth herself. Then you start to live in alignment with the laws of creation itself. You follow nature. Nature is your teacher, Earth is your teacher, and life is your teacher. You're in rhythm. You've got a stable rhythm. Your nervous system is completely regulated. No one can provoke you. You are rooted and you're in rhythm, right? So then, I'm like trying to tell the story of how this all came to be. But first, I had the Align program in the summer, right? And then a couple months later, I had the urge to launch the Law of Rhythm masterclass, which became the 4-part series, which then became my pillar, my second pillar in the school called Embody. And then at the end of that, it was December, end of December, and I knew that the third pillar was create. And I wanted to just make that one immediately because I knew that the third pillar would be the final pillar of my mystery school. And I knew that I'd be launching my mystery school at the end of that creation cycle from Ostara to Ostara. So I'm recording this today on March 19th. Tomorrow is Ostara, and I have officially just opened the doors to my mystery school. My mystery school is up and running. It is the entire method of accepting your gifts and genius and then wielding your gifts and genius, making money with and for your genius. Align, embody, create, how to become a conscious co-creator. Because once you stabilize your rhythm and you're embodied, right? Now you understand that you actually need structure and architecture to bring your vision into form. And this is something that I, as a tropical Pisces sun, Mercury Pisces, like my whole life I was super delusional. I never wanted to use strategy or structure. I was like so magical. I thought that stuff was not magical. I just wanted to manifest and set the signal and be magnetic and be electric and will it into existence. I was all magic, all vision, no structure, no form. So I had to learn the hard way that this is a method, that this is a process. And I understood that the create pillar is getting your architecture completely set up so that your soul's greatest dream, your soul's greatest vision, your purpose in life can actually land into form and you can actually hold it because you have risen into leadership at this point. You've expanded your capacity to hold it because your nervous system is regulated. You've rewired your beliefs. You've accepted your true identity of who you were born to be. You've set up the correct habits, routines, rhythms, structures in your life, created the proper internal and external conditions to be an exact match for your dream to land into form. So, this is like, I think that this is the most responsible way to teach manifestation. You get your identity, beliefs, habits, internal, external conditions. You set up the architecture of your ecosystem to then be able to hold the dream as it starts to land into form. So that's the create pillar, okay? Getting your architecture right. So setting your signal, stabilizing your rhythm, creating the architecture, and then boom, you are now on purpose and you are actually making money with and for your gifts. You've unlocked your prosperity because your prosperity automatically adjusts itself to the needs of your higher purpose, which are extremely clear once you've had the architecture set of your ecosystem. And you have your ecosystem because this whole time you've got clean soil, roots that run so deep. You've got a fortified trunk, right? And then you extend your branches out. Those are all of your offerings. Those are all of your gifts, your assets, your artifacts, your books, your podcasts, your social media, your collaborations, your speaking engagements, like everything that you create, all of your offerings that you put out into the world. Those are branches going out into the world. Those are leaves going out into the world. And then all of it comes back into your trunk, which could be like your company, your mystery school, your hub, your home, where everything is like the money is flowing in because it's flowing out and you're directing your prosperity. You're allowing all of your prosperity and abundance to flow nonstop in and out of you because that is your ecosystem at that point, and you have a strong and healthy tree. So my entire life leading, like this has been a decade in the making, me learning how to do this for my own life. I have recognized that it is a method that I was using with one-on-one clients during my group transformational journeys, which I then put into my forever home, which is my hub, which is the New Earth Rhythm Mystery School with the three pillars: align, embody, create. You come into the school, you can start at any pillar you want. If you feel like you're ready, you want to go straight to a embody, you go there. If you feel like you come in and you want to go straight to create, then boom, you go there. If you don't know where to start, you start at the beginning and you go through. But it's not just a school that I've created and then I'm just like, peace, never see you again. Like, no, I'm in alignment as a manifester. It is my job to initiate, transmit, and then I hand it off to all the other energy types, the projectors, the generators, manifesting generators, the reflectors. It is a living ecosystem that is thriving whether or not I am present. So that's the stage of my mystery school. That's where we're going. Everyone who's going to be in the mystery school, I don't want you guys waiting for me to like come in and direct. That's what my podcast is for. That's what these activations are for that I do every new moon and full moon specifically for the mystery school members. You get live activations from me during these major threshold moments. Literally, anytime I have the inner urge or the calling to create a guided meditation or activation or transmission, I pop it in the school. It's a living, breathing school that will continue to grow and evolve as we grow and evolve. We are the forest. All of us are part of the forest. Okay, and the whole point is that you guys are creating your own, you're fortifying your own tree, creating your own ecosystem, whatever it is that you have the urge to create, that you are actively building and creating, that God is creating through you. It is a vital piece of the infrastructure of the new earth. You are the infrastructure of the new earth. First, we change the world from the inside out first. You can trust that whatever industry you're in, whatever sphere of life or enterprise you are in, you're meant to change it from the inside out first. Coherent humans change the world first. So that's what my entire like three pillars are all about. It's you just becoming a coherent human. You're a coherent human, you're completely tuned out of the matrix, and you are completely, I don't like saying matrix anymore. It sounds so dumb, honestly. It's distortion. You're tuned out of the distortion, and now you are operating with the rhythmic symphony of God's true creation. It's been like the true rhythm, the song that's been playing all along, but we just had to quiet the noise so that we could actually hear it and start dancing to it. That's what the New Earth rhythm is. We are now all dancing to God's true rhythmic symphony. And this is like, y'all know I popped off last summer talking about how every human design type is a different part of music. Everything in life is music. And everything in my world that has been leading to this is for all of us to start dancing to God's true symphony. I like that. I like that. Okay, it's true. Manifestors are the rhythm, projectors are the melody, the generators are the beat. Manifesting generators are the beat and the remix, and the reflectors are the harmony, and we all come together playing and dancing this beautiful music. So when you come in and you are a coherent human who is consciously co-creating whatever it is that your life has been preparing you for. Your entire life has been preparing you for this moment, preparing you to build what you came here to build. It is a pivotal piece of new earth infrastructure in whatever sphere you're in. Are you an AI coder? Are you a software developer? Are you a mother? Are you a father? Are you a teacher, a nurse, a priestess, a practitioner, a healer, an artist, a singer, a painter, an agent, like who connects musicians? Are you starting your own music label, like whatever, like literally whatever you are so passionate about, whatever has been driving you this whole time, wherever your natural gifts and genius lie, you are meant to change that industry from the inside out first, and then we create our own ecosystem, our own culture, our own society by recognizing everyone else in the forest and where our branches naturally intersect. So if you're starting a New Earth music label and then you see these beautiful New Earth musicians coming in, your branches are naturally connecting. I want the mystery school to serve as that hub where you can all connect and meet each other. I want you guys talking to each other to see who should be collaborating and where your branches naturally touch. I want you guys to use the mystery school as your home to showcase what you are consciously building in the new paradigm. Okay. I want you guys to have this home to show us your art, your genius, your brilliance, your creations, your projects, your building, your ecosystem. This is your home. This is for you. This isn't for me. This has never been about me. This has always been about me just figuring out a method, a repeatable method to help you guys become growing, thriving trees in the forest. And that is the new earth culture that we are all creating, that we're all a part of. Oh my God, I just got so emotional. Wow, I almost just started crying because I'm just like feeling into like you guys have been listening to my ass pop on these janky podcasts that I record over like over Zoom just because it's easy. Like I don't even have a full proper setup like with my podcast. Like these are all things I'm truly working on. I know I've said that in the past. And I did record in studio last year when I was like really feeling myself. I was investing in this bomb ass like Yale Town, yeah, shout out Yale Town podcast studio. Or I'm gonna do way more stuff like that coming up. But I just like the whole point of this is just to say I deeply, deeply love and appreciate you guys. I recognize that the last year I've had my head down building. I was in a build season from Ostara 2025 to Ostara 2026. It took me the entire cycle of creation to create the mystery school. That's how you know it was birthed from coherence. It wasn't rushed, it wasn't forced. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on some of the time because I just was a clear vessel in full send mode, in full surrender mode. And what was created is something built 100% in integrity, something that I can stand behind for years and know that that was all done 100% in integrity. It was done in humility, that it was all intuitively and divinely led. It's been 10 years in the making. All of the wisdom I've gathered in 10 years since my 10 years, like 10 years ago, I was 23 years old. That's the moment I left home and I went to Southeast Asia for a year because I had to get the hell out of there. I was having a dark night of the soul that was lasting for years. Once I graduated college and I no longer had lacrosse in my life, like sports saved me my whole life. It helped me channel and direct all of this crazy energy that I've been experiencing. As a manifestor, I experience anger if I because life felt like sandpaper to my soul, but I was able to channel and direct it into sports. I played all throughout college. The moment I graduated and I had nowhere to direct that fire, I directed it inwards and sideways, and I started blowing up my life and acting so reckless. And I had like a black wall in my mind. I couldn't see the path forward. I had no idea how to make money because I didn't want a regular job. Everywhere I looked, I was like, ew, I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? Because manifestors are meant to forge our own paths in life, but I had to go out and experience life first. And I've always had the urge to travel. So at 23, I left home, went to Southeast Asia. And the entire time I'm there, I'm like teaching English in Thailand. I got an apartment in Thailand, met the most amazing friends. I spent 2 months in Cambodia. I went to Laos, Myanmar, Malaysia. Bali, like all these places were activating this remembrance in me where I could actually see these cultures living in a way that felt so real and truthful in my bones, like the ancient way of the village. Hold on, I gotta let Lulu out. Oh my goodness, how do I pause this? I don't want to have to stop it and then cut it and then do it again. All right, just bear with me one sec. I didn't even want to pause this and then have to go in and like edit the video to like make it seamless because then I just wouldn't do it. Like then I knew it would take me a lot longer to post this episode because if I just don't do something right away and just do it off the cuff and then post it immediately and then get on with my life, it's very hard for me to go back to it. Okay, so anyway, um, yeah, this has been 10 years in the making. Okay. Since I was 23, I went to Asia, came back to New York. Then I had my Kundalini awakening shortly after I got home from Asia. It activated the remembrance in me, felt connected to God again for the first time since I was a kid. And then all of a sudden, the attention currents of my mind turn inwards and upwards back to source. I have more life force energy to actually heal myself and heal my life and fix my life. I knew I was at the bottom of a mountain and I had such a long way to go, but I actually had the desire to do it so that I could pursue my purpose. That's what a Kundalini awakening is. It smacks you so that you finally can pursue your purpose, what you were truly born to do in this life. And it's been 10 years in the making. I'm very proud of who I am, who I've become, where I sit today, what I have just created, what I've co-created, what is open now, the trajectory that I'm on, where this is all going, the forest, all of us, like it's mind-blowing how we can render the old obsolete. We're going to render the old systems, the outdated systems and structures obsolete because we are creating new ones. That's what I mean by the forest and the branches and the collaborations, and the coherence knows coherence. We're rendering the old obsolete. I used to put way too much energy and focus on like burn it down, like burn the old down. Let's tear it down. Like I was like I studied the French Revolution in college. Like that was my thesis was all about revolutions. Like I was so focused on that. And then I'm like recognizing that that's not the best way to use fire. You use fire by channeling it with precision. And that's exactly what that guided meditation is all about. So that's in the New Earth Rhythm Mystery School. I just posted it. I'm not even gonna lie, it's freaking is fire, okay? For this moment in time, if you want to get super clear about how to direct and channel this fire for your highest path forward, go check it out. It's in the mystery school plus all of those pillars. It's $50 a month. Cancel any time. If you want to save, 2 months fee, you pay $500 up front. You get 2 months for free. You get the entire three pillars of align, embody, create, come into your absolute coherence as a conscious co-creator. And then you learn how to create your own ecosystem through this ongoing process of everything I'm sharing. Okay, like last year, I was really broadcasting. I was speaking about our awakening. I was talking to everyone. And then I had a massive shift during Ophiuchus season of November 2025, where I spiraled up and out into a new octave. And from there, I just started speaking to the new earth builders. And from there, I started attracting dream clients, new earth builders. Okay, no longer people just navigating their awakening. I'm attracting people who have integrated their awakening and they are now building something real, a pivotal piece of infrastructure for the new earth. Those are my clients now. Okay, so this is now and everything I share is just how to harness these moments in time for conscious co-creation. You are a new earth builder. If you're with me on this ride, like if you've been tuning into my podcast, especially if you've been here, it doesn't matter when you've joined. You just recognize the signal in the frequency of what I'm emitting. Not even necessarily like word for word what I'm saying. It's the you recognize the frequency. And you are a new earth builder. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. You would have turned this shit off a while ago. Okay, if you weren't. And that's why I'm obsessed with like the pruning process. Recently, as I shifted into transmitting to New Earth Builders, I noticed that I was losing followers for the first time since I started popping off for a whole year. I grew my Instagram from 1,000, from just like 1,300 followers in May to 33,000 just 6 months later. Okay, and then it was Ophiuchus season, and then my tone totally shifted, and then it was winter, and I didn't want to post shit anymore. I had no desire to like make videos. My energy was totally different, right? Then when I did post, I was just speaking to new earth builders. I started to notice that I was losing followers. And at first I was like, the fuck? And then I was like, good. Pruning, baby. Pruning. Now I know that the people who are here are the ones that my signal is really for. And then it's like soon going to be spring and summer, and you know your girl's going to be popping off again with high vi visibility, on social media. And then I'm just opening up the signal for all new earth builders to come join us in the hub, in the forest. All right, so if you are still listening, please come join us in the mystery school. You can cancel anytime. I will reach out to you personally when you join. I will even create your leadership architecture guide, which I've developed a system to do this like very quickly now, where you have to send me your birth time. So if you want this, you have to send me your birth time if you join the mystery school. And then I synthesize your tropical and your sidereal human design to create your leadership architecture, which is who you are as a new earth builder. All right. And then you use the space to come into complete coherence. You use it whenever you need it, whenever you want it. I'm going to post live activations. Some of those you'll join me live. Like I'll send the Zoom links in, you pop on live. We'll experience a guided meditation and activation together. You have time to ask me questions one on one. And then you have the entire space to share with us what you are actually building, what your ecosystem is. Who do you need? Like someone could write in there and be like, I have this project. I really need someone with these skills. And then that person pops up and they're like, "Yo, I'm the one. I'm the guy." And then you guys get connected. That's New Earth collaboration. That's how we render old systems obsolete. So this is your home. This is your space. The doors are open. I'm truly just so honored to be here right now, to be here with you, to be riding this wave with you. Life is crazy. I love it. I'm in awe of it. It's okay. So the last thing I wanted to say is like that whole creation cycle took me the whole year to create the mystery school. I was laying the architecture for my ecosystem. I was literally an architect and a developer and a construction manager, creating and physically building. And I was the freaking, I'm like trying to use construction terms, and the superintendent and the project manager and the tradesman, literally building every single piece of my village. And now the doors are open for the villagers to move in. Okay, and I just wrote a Substack article all about this last night. If you're interested and you want to go read that, I'm not going to share it now because this is already getting too long, but I had a piece in there about me recognizing like my big goof up. That was what my new moon in Pisces hard pill to swallow was. Like, I was so busy building all year with my head down that I wasn't properly taking care of the villagers who had moved in while I was still building. I was just like, my mind wouldn't let me go into that zone of understanding what it actually takes to have a thriving forest, a thriving community. I was like, oh, good, they're here. And then I would be like, my head was just down, my blinders were on builder, 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 builder. And so I wasn't properly taking care of the OGs, you guys who have seen me from the beginning, who are like my inner circle because you've seen the vision before the vision was even built. You believed in me. You recognized the signal and you quote moved in while I was building, building, building. Then I built it and picked my head up and I'm like, come in everyone. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, everyone's like turned their head. Oh, because I wasn't properly paying attention to them. Oh, because I wasn't properly taking care of them. That was my big goof up that I am taking full responsibility for. And then I've already course corrected by actually now I'm going to hire someone who is someone who's been in my world for a couple months, who that is his exact genius, fractional community manager, right? Because like I said, as a manifester, I initiate, I transmit, and then I pop out, and then I pop in when I feel the urge, but my I don't have sustaining consistent energy. I'm not wired for that. And that's why you have collaborators. It's why you have a team, right? I'm at that stage now where I'm ready to have an actual team member who that is his gift and genius so we can create the thriving forest together. I had to build it all on my own. I was in a solo season of build, picked my head up, proud of what I've done, Recognize that I did goof up on a few things. I didn't fully get it right. Grateful that I see the truth now. Course corrected big time. Reprioritized. Understand now that that season is complete. Build season done. Now I'm in expansion season. I'm expanding. I'm growing. And what does that look like? Nurturing the villagers. It is literally all about you. It is all about you guys. All along, it's been all about you guys. In my own life, if it's not for the villagers, then what is it for? Like, it is all for nothing if it's not for the villagers, if it's not for the village. In my own life, that was the theme that was loud and clear this week. It was all about my village. Like, all of the closest people in my life all called upon me at once, like within a couple days, asking me for major favors. Like they really needed my help. And there's such no-brainers. I'm like, yeah, duh, obviously I'm doing that. Yes, of course I'll help you. Duh. Because they do it for me. They're always there for me. Then I recognize I have my village. I have my best friend. I'm surrounded by my family and my best friends, and they're all my village, and they've been uplifting me this whole time, and I've been uplifting them. And I am so grateful that I have the village. People who love my daughter just as much as I do. Like no one's ever gonna love your daughter as much as the mom and the parent, but like pretty damn close. They love her like as their own. They help us. They help me. They're there for me. They love me. They're always supporting me and rooting for me and doing whatever they can for me. And even if they don't agree with me, they're real ones. They tell me straight up. They're not afraid. Like we're just I have the most beautiful connections in my life. Ride or dies. I have the village. I have the village in my real life. And now it was so obvious to me that the village that I have created, my ecosystem I have created, that is the new earth rhythm, my top priority focus now is on the villagers and connecting the villagers and growing the forest. Okay. So that's what my next creation cycle is all about. Expansion mode, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. I'll be sharing all of this. Thank you guys so much for being here. Sending you so much love. I'll put the link to the mystery school in the notes. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And that is all. Peace out.